Central Station and I'm off to the Tramway Theatre for another National Theatre of Scotland event. This one is for Confessions of a Justified Sinner, and it's a remake or a sort of reinvention of Paul Bright, who's a Scottish director, his sort of production of it, I think in the 80s. The train doors have now opened. I've been a bit worried about this because they weren't opening and I wasn't sure how I was going to get on the train. It's my first time getting there kind of via the train, but I think it's pretty easy to find. So yeah, I don't know a lot about the play. I've never seen it or read it. It's based on a book by, I want to say Paul Hogg. I'm going to say Paul Hogg, and I'll check if that's right. If that is right, I'll put whatever the name is across the screen here. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, so I will take you along with me. Alrighty, I just got off the train and the tramway is right in front of me. I was thinking that I wasn't sure I was going to be able to find it, which is hilarious because kind of like, you know, my Dundee video where I genuinely wasn't quite sure where I was going. The tramway is right here. The sign is like right in front of my face. I've literally walked up the steps from the station, so that was very handy. I'll show you it. Here we are. No one's here, so I'm really hoping I'm in the right place because I'm sitting in the cafe and there's no one else around. So, well, there's people around but no people here for this event, so this is going to be really awkward if I can't find where I'm supposed to go. I spoke to a guy who said that Eve isn't here yet, or people from NTS aren't here yet, so I'm just going to sit tight and keep my fingers crossed, and hopefully the next time you see me there will be other people there and I will be at the right thing.
What we've done is we've built a sort of small theatre within the theatre because we wanted to have this exhibition on the original flyer.
Was this all pieced together from different people, the different people?
Yeah, from different sources, yeah.
Wow.
Here was part of the Edinburgh Festival. And he directed it as if it was happening in a courtroom. So instead of getting photographs, he commissioned a courtroom artist to draw the show. So these are the drawings.
Oh, that's amazing.
Shows are from the next episode, and there's a tiny chapter in James Hobbs' novel. Where there are these two talking crows that start to story.
Was this all the same year? This all still?
No, this was early in 1990, but this was the start of the European City of Culture.
Okay, yeah. Wow. Oh wow! Oh, that's amazing. So this was from the third performance?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And these were actually used as part of the performance, like the photograph here with the TV monitors stacked up.
Oh yeah.
That you watched the show happening live, relayed on.
That's amazing. So this is Paul Bright's notebook, which they have found, and they've taken everything that was in it and put it all together as part of the exhibition, which is amazing because this is his original notes, which is pretty cool. And
it's Super 8 footage, it's silent. And what you have here is George Colwyn and his friends playing tennis. Here's Robert. At this point of the novel, Gilmartin has told him his vocation in life is to purge the earth of sinners, and Robert's committed his first murder. So Robert comes across the ungodly game, recognises his half-brother. They haven't met before, not as Alex anyway. So this is Paul Bright as Robert Brigham. In Natal, that's now KwaZulu Natal in the province in South Africa, and he had a twin. He had a twin brother. Amelia couldn't remember his name correctly, Simon, maybe. So the Bright family lived in Natal sometime in the 70s. Dad was a steward in some plantation and Mum was a teacher in the local mission. Around the age of 8, Amelia thinks Paul and Simon are playing by a river. Either they fall in or they go for a swim. The river currents are too strong for them and they're carried away. Dad jumps in to pull them out. He reaches Paul first, drags him back to the bank and then goes back in for Simon, but is overwhelmed by the river and Dad and Simon are both drowned. As far as Amelia is concerned, this tragedy explained Paul's lack of concern for his own safety, his difficulty in forming attachments, and his sense of entitlement and destiny. She's done an Open University degree in psychology, by the way.
That was so cool. Which I believe is exactly what I said when I walked out of the Dundee show for Let the Right One In, or the event for Let the Right One In. I really enjoyed that. I've got a lot of vlog footage and stuff which you'll already have seen, so I don't know why I'm telling you this right now. But also, as you may have noticed, because I didn't vlog before, or I vlogged before this happened but I didn't vlog about this, I was the only person there, so I kind of got like my own little private tour by the director. So yeah, I got to see the set and walk through the exhibition, like just me with the director, and Eve from NTS and a couple other people were around, but that was pretty cool. So I'm just heading back down to get the train. I have absolutely no concept of, oh hello here, I have no concept of how long a train is going to take to get here because I don't ever get the train from here. So yeah, I'm going back to see the show tonight. Emma's coming with me, so I pick up my tickets from the box office there tonight. I really like the concept of this. I'm not going to really say too much right now. Here's your board. I don't know why, because I'll explain this and I'll vlog later and give you a bit more of a kind of insight to this. Board is not telling me when the train's coming. I see. I thought that seemed awfully close to the actual train line. We'll vlog some more later on and tell you more about the background and the sort of concept of this play, because it is extremely cool. And hello, I'm back at Pollock Shields, and it's hours later, and look who I found! It's Emma! She's pretending not to know me because I wanted to follow the train, but there were people there and I felt embarrassed, so I didn't. She's pretending she was going to act as if she didn't know who I was. But anyway, we're back at Pollock Shields and about to go in to see the performance. I've not told Emma anything about the performance, so she's in the dark as to what it's all about. That makes it sound really sinister, I realise. I've kept her in the dark. Right, we're heading in, so I will speak to you later. Hi guys, so we are out of the performance. Can you see me? Yes. Emma's checking that I'm in the frame, and it was really good. Emma guessed the twist right away. She does this. She guesses things like before. She'll ask you at the start of a film, oh, does that happen? And usually she's right. So what I did not mention earlier on was that Paul Bright, this supposed director, all of that film archive, all of those photos, all that stuff, not real, made up for the purposes of the show, all put together by the director, and they put all that stuff together, and I totally bought into it, as I do in all of these situations. I was looking at, you heard me in the video earlier on, I'm going, here's his authentic notebook with all of his notes. She didn't buy it. She didn't buy it. What gave it away?
Not that I didn't buy it, because it's very well put together. But I just have a usually natural suspicion of things, so anything I go and see, and I don't know what it was. There was just something that kind of was like, this is really good, but I don't know if it's just because of the whole atmosphere of theatre. Is it something that's staged, which initially kind of put me on the edge, and as it kind of went on, I was like, this is very well put together and very, very clever, but I don't quite buy that it's a real story, but still it's
an interesting concept.
Yeah, a really interesting concept. Brilliant.
So you don't get anything past her.
No.
But we thought that the character of Paul Bright was really fascinating. Really a very interesting character and a very kind of well put together character.
Yeah, real, like you totally understand as to why you would believe he's a real character. He does seem like everything gets put together to make you believe that this could genuinely be a cultured artist.
And I think the actor, I want to find out who the actor was that played him, because he was good.
Yes,
I thought he was very good. It was really good. We had a very good time. It's quite long, wasn't it? Like 2 hours.
Long, and you would think for the kind of style it is, it's kind of more like a presentation mixed with video and stuff like that, which if Lynsey had told me that's what it was, I would have probably been a bit more like, oh dear, listen to someone talk for 2 hours. But the actor, who is called Anton, George Anton, isn't it?
George Anton.
He does a fantastic job of kind of keeping you really interested for the 2 hours, so that's a feat in itself, I would say. It's really good.
And I think, get the camera in the right place. I think I heard this correctly earlier on. They've only been rehearsing for 2 or 3 weeks, which is not an awful long time for such a lot of like words for like the one actor to be sort of dealing with. But yeah, it was really good. We are almost back at Glasgow Central. I love this. Happens to me all the time. This happened in the Dundee vlog. The ticket lady came and asked, wondered what I was doing. She didn't ask, that would be rude. But yes, anyway, we're nearly back at Glasgow Central. So as you probably noticed, my camera cut out on the train home, so I didn't get to finish the vlog. But I don't think that I said too much after that, other than just a really big thank you to Eve from NTS for inviting me along, to Stewart Laing for showing me around the amazing exhibition. It was so good of you to take the time to show me around. It was a really amazing experience to sort of go around the exhibition with the director. Like that's not something that happens every day, so thank you so much for that. That was amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed the production, so did Emma. We had such a good night. Seeing George Anton perform just a snippet of it that morning, it was really weird for me because when I watched that snippet, I had just walked around the exhibition and I had completely bought into everything being real. And so when I walked out and Eve told me that it was, and having only seen 5 minutes of it, I was like, whoa, totally stunned. So then going in the evening to watch the entire production, knowing that it was all kind of faked, it was strange because I spent most of the time going, I wonder when I would have clicked, I wonder when it would have like sunk in for me that it was all put together. But regardless of when that would have happened, it's such an interesting concept. I would really recommend going to see this because it's a really inventive and interesting piece of theatre, and I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to go and see it. So yeah, thanks again to everyone for letting me come along. I had a great time, and yeah, thanks for watching guys. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye! Good morning. I am on the train to Dundee today and I'm off to the National Theatre of Scotland blogger event for Let the Right One In, which I talked about in